Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Chelsea if you're new here. I talk about all things sewing, fashion, and all things French. I was really inspired by the recent 2026 summer-spring Paris collections here in Fashion Week recently, and so I have done my research and I've gone through a lot of different shows to find some pieces that have really inspired me. And I want to kind of show you my creative process from gathering inspiration to how I decide what I want to end up sewing. I've loved making mood boards for a long time. I think I created Pinterest when I was 11 or 10 years old. My auntie got me hooked onto it, and I just love sourcing inspiration from anywhere and everywhere. I think fashion is all around us, especially since I finished my trench coat on the weekend. I'm really excited to continue to start new projects that push me a bit more. And I think looking at the fashion week and seeing different trims and different techniques of sewing, I think it's going to really inspire me to try new things. So I'll give you a bit of a room tour, I guess, as much as I can. Well, I'll at least show you my view because it's pretty spectacular. Beautiful view of the Paris rooftops. See what I can spot. So over here, you've got something called the Centre Pompidou, which is the modern museum. They've actually shut it down for 5 years or so for renovation. That there, I think, is Notre Dame. No, that's Saint-Eustace, a church in Châtelet. And then out in the back there, you can see Panthéon. And we've got some tea and water stuff. So often we come into this room when there are big group meetings, you know, like whole team meetings, and the elevator is broken at the moment, at least one of them, the one that gets you up to this level, and so no one really is coming up here, and it's lunchtime anyway, so it's empty. This is the other side. There you are. You've got the Eiffel Tower just there, and then up there you've got Sacré-Cœur. So yeah, let's get started with my mood board. So most of the images I have from Paris Fashion Week have come from Vogue Runway. I actually paid for a subscription, a year's worth subscription, and I think it's quite worth it. I mean, look at these images, it's just stunning, and it's all in one place. It's a really easy app to navigate. And so I'm gonna start cutting, maybe listen to a YouTube video at the same time. So I had an internship at a fashion label last year called Beck & Bridge in Sydney, and my only job was to cut samples, and I did that for like whole day, for once a week, over like 5 or 6 weeks up into the lead up of Fashion Week in Australia, in Sydney. It was fun. It wasn't super stimulating. I mean, their pieces are beautiful, but it was just like the same activity over and over. But I feel like that really helped me to like feel more comfortable with scissors. Obviously it's just practice. So yeah, let's get started.
Excuse to undertake the biggest and most stressful project of my entire life. I wanted to create a strapless dress, and the thing that I learned is that most have a lot of details going on. I wanted to feel like myself. I wanted to feel simple. That was a task that I was undertaking. All sorts of different kinds, probably between 15 to 20 different sequins, ranging from orangey pink butterfly.
Well, I got about half an hour in until someone came for a meeting, so I'm gonna go have some lunch now. It's a really nice space to work in when it is free and when obviously I'm free. An hour honestly flies by so quickly, and not to mention that I've got to go get my lunch, eat my lunch, so I usually don't have all that much time, like 45 minutes max to do something, but it's still good. Work is very busy at the moment as well, so there's that. Here is my mood board. I'm going to take it down and then bring it with me to work tomorrow and get started on my new mood board. I wonder if it'll be easier if I take it off now. Probably will be, won't it? Let's do that. Hello guys, it is Thursday. I'm on my lunch break. I got a beautiful salad from a salad bar called Mr. Garden, and you can choose what you want, and it's just really easy and quick and healthy. So I'm gonna eat this. I finished cutting out my mood board pictures, and I'll show you what I get up to. Hopefully There's no meetings up here, so we should be fine, but anyway, we'll see. Got my pin board. It's just started to rain. So I like to start with some big photos that kind of ground the collage, and I center around those themes. I don't think there's going to be one theme in particular. I'm just kind of putting on what I'm interested in and what I like, but I kind of collate certain images together that seem more harmonious than others. I might also put them together according to textures or different techniques. So I try and find the common themes between the images. You know what? I think that'll be a nice centerpiece. This isn't the only photo I got of myself. I love this coat that I tried on in Sydney last year. The Dior show was pretty spectacular. This is a bookshelf here. These colors and the busyness of it goes with this dress. Like, you see how that kind of works together? I love to come back to the idea that inspiration can come from anything. You know, it can come from books, like the cover of books or a bookshelf. It can come from music or food or different cultures. It can come from anywhere. So I think that's what I love about fashion, and what I love about mood boarding is that it's so much more than just pretty pictures. It tells a story. I love this look for autumn, just gorgeous. It's coming together. I'm gonna start pinning. So I've brought some lace pins, and I just like to use this on the pin board because it's not too bulky. I think even shorter pins would be better, but this will have to do for now. Hello, so this is my mood board that I have finished. I got it done at work yesterday and carried it home with me. Let me walk you through it quickly. So down here I've got some really beautiful quotes that have inspired me recently. I actually saw this one in the street. I took a picture of it sneakily, and I just love the pop of color, the length, the boots with it. It was such a cute outfit. I really love this grey coat with the clutch. I think it's so elegant. This was something I tried on in Sydney last year. I love the red again, but also the interest of the pattern with the plaid or the gingham. Over here, I've added a lot of blouses that have inspired me. I want to add some more blouses to my sewing projects at the moment because I'm needing some blouses in my wardrobe. And I love this one shoulder look. I really love like the ruffles. Stuff that I can also wear to work would be great. Up here, I've got a lot of flowy and bohemian dresses. I love this really feminine and flowy tonal looks. And I mean, I've always loved sewing dresses for summer. But just something about, yeah, these colors, these soft reds and pinks together with all the different ways that the fabrics have been draped in these looks, I just find really inspiring. And then over here I have some more autumnal dresses and with these more earthy colors. Over here I've got some winter looks. I love this little headband here. It's just so cute and elegant. I love the fur at the moment, and this scarf and the coat and the cuffs. There's just something so luxurious about the faux fur look. Down here we've got a lot of fringes, so I saw that a lot in the fashion shows in Paris, was that the ostrich feathers, the fringes, the beading, even some lace draping out from the hem of dresses and skirts was so cool, and I'd love to start to incorporate that in my sewing projects. Down here I've got some images that just I loved together. I love this Chanel skirt. It gives me like flamenco vibes. And I love this coral belt with the white trench. If you haven't seen the Chanel 2026 Spring Summer Show, it was pretty extraordinary. It's a really exciting time in fashion at the moment. This past Paris Fashion Week, I think there was 5+ different creative directors who have been newly introduced to these pretty big fashion houses, including Dior, Gucci, Chanel, some pretty major names. And it's really exciting to see this change, see how they're going to evolve the brands, but also try and keep the essence and highlight the richness of the history, because these brands date back, you know, almost 100 years plus. I listened to a really great commentary on the Paris 2026 Spring Summer fashion shows by Zoe Hong, who is a YouTuber. She talks a lot about working in the industry, great advice for any fashion students or people who want to break into fashion. I just loved the language that they used in describing these brands and their commentary, and they really know what they were talking about. So that was a great watch. I'll link that below. I really enjoyed making this mood board. I was a bit worried that the photos were going to be too small, but the pin board is quite small itself as well. Usually I would love to have a big pin board and just like put it up against the wall. I just found this in a $2 store and it's perfect for my studio. So that's that. I hope you don't mind that I'm talking to you in my pajamas. I finished my robe that I said I was going to make in my autumn sewing plans video, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I've been wearing it daily. It's about 9:30. I'm going to get an early night because I am off to the south of France this weekend. I'm very excited. I'm actually going to be running in a half marathon in Nice. So I will be sure to take lots of photos. I'm very excited. My first half marathon, so I'm sure I'll be fine. I've done a lot of training. But this has been a really fun project to work on this week, and I hope that it has inspired you to also do your own research in fashion weeks, in general, in Pinterest. Making a mood board is a really great process to just get the creative juices going and to just kind of get out of a sewing slump. I've definitely been there. When we find beautiful images of clothes or things that just inspire us creatively, you never know what idea that can give us for a new project. So I hope that this could have encouraged you. I hope you have a beautiful week full of lots of inspiration, and I'll talk to you soon. Be soon.